Okay, Shannon put us on the record. This is the matter of Stepp versus Ellis.
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Ellis is present. Ms. Stepp, is that you?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so this is Mr. Ellis's motion regarding custody. And a lot of information was submitted, which is a little premature. But Mr. Ellis' primary concern appears to be with the education of his son. Is it Zach?
Kenneth Ellis.
Kenneth, sorry.
No, you're fine.
So, Ms. Stepp, let me ask you, what is happening as far as Kenneth's education?
Well, I guess before we get into this, and we can do this if you want to, but I'm going to ask for this to be adjourned, so that way I can seek counsel, and I'm still battling trying to get over COVID right now.
Okay, well, ma'am, the only thing I'm going to do today is figure out what the next date is going to be, but I wanted to make sure we have a dispute. I only resolve disputes by taking testimony, and we're not scheduled for testimony this morning. We're just here on the motion. So, Mr. Ellis obviously is concerned that Kenneth's education is being neglected. I take it from your comments so far that you disagree, that that's not the case?
That is correct. Kenneth has always been in school. There hasn't been a time he hasn't been in school. He is struggling with his behavior, and that has been addressed. He's been in counseling for over a year. We've tried to work with the school, and like I said, Kenneth is struggling, but he is in school, so I'm not really sure where he's getting the concerns about.
Is he attending live classes or remote, or is it a combination of the two?
He was recently doing in person. Let's see, it's been a week now since he's been out of public school for face-to-face, and he's doing online.
All right. And you said something, you're just getting over COVID yourself?
Yeah, we're still in quarantine.
I see. So since everybody's in quarantine, that's the only option available for him currently is online.
No, he had some behavior issues. We had been working with the school, going to board meetings, getting plans into place for Kenneth. He had a contract that he was supposed to abide by, and he neglected to meet that contract. And part of that was we had to go through a board meeting again, and they decided at this time it's not best for him to be in person. So,
all right. So,
online.
So the main thing I wanted to verify today is that whether or not Mr. Ellis had a basis for concern. It sounds like he does. Given that the only thing I can do is schedule the matter for an evidentiary hearing to take testimony. And at that time, Mr. Ellis should be able to submit all of whatever evidence you've got. Ms. Stepp, you would also be able to do the same. And we'll get this scheduled for a hearing as soon as we can.
Okay,
right,
sir, Your Honor.
Yes, go ahead.
I appreciate that. Why I have you on the phone, I'd like to address another issue real quick. I live 2.5 hours away, and I have to commute. You put it in a court order last time that she is to meet me halfway to pick him up and return him. That's always been in the court order, and she has never one time done that. So that puts me on the highway for 12 hours of my weekend when I go down to get Kenneth, and it puts him on the highway for 6 hours. It's not fair to me. I got to pay for all the expenses. I have to drive to her house in Leslie every time, drive him back there. She's never one time tried to meet me, and she absolutely just refuses.
Well, where do you live?
I live in Cass City, sir.
Your Honor, can I just say that order was back when he lived in Jackson, and he decided that he wanted to move, so that was his choice.
According to the statute, Your Honor, I read that it doesn't matter where I move. As long as I live within, I think it's 300 miles or something, she has to provide transportation for him to meet me halfway.
Best I can tell you, sir, is I will make sure that that's included at the evidentiary hearing.
Okay, I appreciate that. And
All right,
also, sir, the principal, I actually have her. She's on standby. She wanted to speak today, but we're doing it at the evidentiary hearing. But am I able to call them as witnesses? The principal would like to be there along with the school board. As of yesterday or the other day, Kenneth has now been expelled from Michigan schools. Brandy hung up on the school board meeting, so she wasn't able to hear that. But they have expelled him from Michigan schools.
Please don't speculate that I hung up. Please don't do that.
Okay. All right. Hold on.
Sure.
Absolutely. You can call anyone as a witness. The hearing will be by Zoom.
Okay.
So just make sure your witnesses are available by Zoom.
Sure.
And we'll take testimony and we'll decide what's in Kenneth's best interest.
I appreciate it.
We'll also decide whether some accommodation needs to be made with respect to transporting him.
I appreciate that.
All right,
Your Honor,
you'll be getting notice.
I
Go
don't
ahead,
know.
ma'am.
Is Kenneth allowed to speak with you somehow? Because he did ask if he could speak with you.
That would be in connection with the evidentiary hearing. Certainly, one of the best interest factors is the preference of the child. So that is something we would normally arrange for, to have a private conversation. It's a little challenging over Zoom, but
Right.
I have done some over Zoom.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. You will be getting notice shortly.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Have a good
You
day.
too.